Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. It's the end of the week, so my loyal viewers know what that means. That's right, it's dopamine time, baby. A tradition on this channel where we go over anime-related news and stories from the past week in a desperate search for serotonin. And this week, we're gonna avoid talking about Crunchyroll as much as we can. If you want to hear about all the bad things they've been up to recently in depth, including their decision to remove dozens of major titles in addition to ad-supported viewing, you can look at my 3 previous videos. Crunchyroll may be doomed in many different ways, but this week was also jam-packed with lots of good news that'll help you forget about them, even if they played a small role in some of these news stories. We've got everything from major news regarding the RWBY franchise, to an opportunity to own a Hololive VTuber, to important updates involving various spring releases, to a proposed anime series about a girl falling in love with her cross-dressing senpai, to an update about My Dress Up Darling, to our final story with an important warning for users of a certain streaming platform. As you can see, lots to cover today, so without further ado, let's jump into this weekly rundown. First up, news that caught many by surprise: the RWBY franchise will be receiving a huge project in 2022. Rooster Teeth's animated web series is finally getting an anime spin-off from the legendary studio Shaft, the Japanese studio behind classics like Monogatari and Madoka Magica. This new series will apparently be called RWBY Ice Queendom and will be produced in collaboration between the two studios. Like many, I honestly never thought I'd see the day where this would happen, and I'm cautiously optimistic because the trailer for the series looks pretty good. And if we're being honest, popularity in the series has really died over the years, and to see something other than controversies that I won't touch with a 10-foot pole bringing attention back to it shows there's still a market for it. While there's no official release date for the anime as of yet, it has been made clear by the creators that it will be sometime in 2022. Next up, we have a lighthearted story coming out of Hololive. The VTuber Corporation recently concluded its massively successful HoloFest 2022, which included the debut performances of dozens of its members showcasing their talents as idols, which is truly amazing, but don't get me wrong, we all know the star of the show was Small Ame. Don't believe me? Here's some of her highlights. You're welcome, by the way. Beautiful, isn't she? But Small Ame wasn't the only commodity of HoloFest. Also featured was this life-size statue of Gargura, now available in a charity auction that some VTubers have taken interest in, including Hololive's Mori. Now, will she win? Who knows? But what I do know is that the winner is gonna need a really big jar. But anyways, next up, Warner Bros. Japan announced on Saturday that Danmachi, aka Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, will premiere its 4th anime season this summer. For those who don't know, this successful series follows the adventures of a young man as he combs through dungeons, fighting all kinds of monsters with his goddess companion, Hestia, at his side. And let me be the first to tell you, there's a reason they say, Hestia is Bestia. But in all seriousness, this is big news for many fans of the series who have been waiting for a new season since the 3rd season concluded in late 2022. And do keep in mind, this is one of the titles that Crunchyroll will be dropping at the end of the month, so if you want to watch it there, you only have a few days to view the first few seasons. In regards to the upcoming 4th season, I would strongly speculate that it'll be released on Sentai Filmworks streaming platform HIDIVE, since they're the license holder at this time. Next up, we have another release update. This time it's the upcoming anime adaptation of the Onipan series. The official website for the anime streamed their first promotional video on Friday, which revealed the anime's April 11th premiere date. Now, this series is absolutely adorable, the name Onipan combining the terms Oni or demon and Pan as in Pantsu. Basically, it's a series about demon girls who wear magical pantsu that gives them special powers. I mean, how could it be bad with a winning formula like that? The promotional video is on YouTube and the animation looks super cute, and if you want to check it out, you can find it linked in the description. And this is yet another anime to be streamed exclusively on Sentai Filmworks' HIDIVE platform as well. Next up, we have quite the interesting story. Anime Japan hosted a poll where people could vote for their most wanted anime adaptation. This poll included 102 titles featuring any manga that published a compiled volume last year. After thousands of votes, the winner of the poll was Senpai wa Otaku Naku, best translated as My Senpai is a Boy. This web manga series is about a girl who confesses her love to her senpai, who she mistakenly believed was a girl, but in reality was a cross-dressing boy. Which, based on what I know about you guys, there's a good amount of my viewers whose ears perked up at the sound of that, and I didn't even mention the fact that this series is made by the legendary Japanese artist, Palm. Here's the rest of the top 10 nominees, but it is clear. The people have spoken, and they want to see this series get an anime adaptation. Honestly, I have confidence this will happen. I have absolutely no way to prove this, but mark my words. Remember this day, March 27th, 2022, the day Rev successfully predicted the eventual anime adaptation of My Senpai is a Boy. And now, we just play the waiting game. Next up, we have yet another update about the My Dress Up Darling franchise. Now, this anime has been quite the wild ride. This series about a boy helping several girls live out their cosplaying dreams has exploded in popularity since the anime's release, massively succeeding in the process. In fact, the anime has been able to hang in there in terms of popularity with big names like Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. The series has also been the focus of some of the worst controversies ever, including complaints about the fan service, people calling the creator a misogynistic man, even though it's actually created by a woman, to people even calling the character Marin Kitagawa's tan a form of blackface. Yeah, as you can see, the brain rot has been in full effect, but to be expected when a show becomes very popular very quickly. But besides all of that, the series has succeeded fabulously, and with the release of the anime's final episode this weekend, we're getting one last hurrah on the way out. A few days ago, the franchise added additional copies of the manga into circulation due to high demand. This now marks over 2 million copies added since the anime premiered earlier this year, adding up to a whopping total of nearly 5.5 million copies actively in circulation. This is yet another testament to the success of the series, and God, please, please deliver us a second season. They would be crazy if they didn't make it. And now we move on to our final story for this week, an important update for Netflix users. Netflix announced earlier this week that it's testing a new payment model for users who wish to share accounts between separate households to address what they consider unauthorized password sharing. Now, according to Netflix's terms of service, a customer's account, quote unquote, may not be shared with individuals beyond your household, something that the company has turned a blind eye to for many years now. But now all of a sudden, in an upcoming test launching in 3 countries, Netflix will let members who share their accounts with people outside their household do so easily and securely while also paying a bit more, as you can see from the pricing chart. Once again, Netflix is doing everything in their power to turn away users with their routine price increases, and in this case, pettiness too. The answer to this problem? Yo-ho, I presume. But that, ladies and gentlemen, marks the end of this weekly rundown. If you made it this far, thanks for sticking around for this extra long version. As you can see, this was due to the explosion of news this week, but I hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe for more daily videos, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.